Today we are talking about the 6 habits, which is very important if you want like a fluent, peaceful living with everybody. Well, when we talk about synergy, we are talking about a thing that depends on already knowing how to use all the other habits, the best ones, like the ones you said before, the win-win situations and all of that. When we study behavioral science, we understand better the others, so we can understand better ourselves. This way we can avoid conflicts and improve our synergistic chances. Oh, I can't say chances, but okay. The synergy means that the sum of the parts are greater than the whole thing. It's like when we work together in harmony, we can deliver much greater results than we work as a whole group but separately. No?
Well, in synergy there is a process that is the creative process. The author says it's the most difficult part of this process because it's terrifying, because you don't know what's going to happen in this process. So if you're not secure, if you don't have confidence, you will not be able to participate in this process. You have to leave your comfort zone and be prepared to an entirely unknown situation. He gives 2 examples about synergy that shows how the whole is better than the sum of its parts. The first example says if you put 2 plants together, their roots will be together to provide a better soil for both plants. So both plants together will grow better than they separately. The other example talks about wood. A piece of wood, 2 pieces of wood together hold more material than each of them separately. So this is synergy. Is the whole better than the parts separately? He says in synergy, 1 + 1 is equal to 3 or more. And the essence of synergy is to value the differences, is to respect them. Synergistic communication is also really important to this process. Is that you have to be open to new possibilities and new alternatives, and keep your mind and heart open to these possibilities. He says it may seem the opposite of have to, that is to begin with the end in mind, but it also actually it fulfills this habit, because when you start a synergistic communication, you may not know the results, but you know that this result will be better than a normal communication. The parts involved in this communication will have more insights and more excitement with this mutual learning. He also says that there are people that never experience this kind of communication. These people are often defensive and protective, and they believe that people can be trusted. Is one of the greatest tragedies and wastes in life, because much potential remains undeveloped, because people just don't trust each other. So synergy requires security, openness, and a spirit of adventure. The creative process may seem ambiguous, but the result will be better than without the synergy.
When we talk about synergy in classroom, there's this environment that becomes everybody listens to everybody, but then the evaluation systems goes beyond the creative and people feel more shy to expose themselves. But that's when the synergy comes and everybody can become excited about hearing new ideas. And it's better when you are authentic because people feel more comfortable to express and help the new creating idea thing. And it's about letting go of the old script and begin to create a new one. And creating something new is better than with something old.
Synergy in business. This one I pretty much understood the message the author tried to give us, but I want to give my own example in practical situations. It's like, have you ever thought about, think about the two main types of bosses? It's like there are mental. There is the authoritarian is the one that, oh, you have to do it because I'm telling you. And there is the other one that when he arrives, everything around him becomes more orderly and harmonic. You feel that he's the one that can make the business proceed and get more organized. And you see that when he is around, everything comes right at the end. This best boss example ever is the synergistic one. He is the one that can try to go beyond all the worst case scenario of the co-workers not cooperating and stuff. But when he arrives, everything goes better. Let's take it. Synergy helps in social interaction. It means when you're synergistic, it's easier to talk to everyone. As I said, the harmony is all around the synergistic people. They are more peaceful. They can resolve their problems with the people around it, and it helps creativity. Because as we said, when the sum makes more things than the people separately. When they work together, there's always a new idea, new solutions coming out. When they don't talk to each other, they don't know if this thing already have been talked. They may come with the same idea or different ideas with conflict of interest and everything else. That's why it's so important. Yeah.
Well, there are three levels of communication. The low level of communication is the level where people don't trust each other. So they are defensive, protective, and there is often a legalistic language. This kind of communication produces win-lose or lose-lose effects. The second level is the middle level, is the respectful communication. People respect each other, but they avoid confrontations. They are polite to each other, but they are not open to any kind of creative process. The highest level of communication is the synergistic communication. People trust each other, and they produce results that are better than the original ones. The parties involved in this process, they really enjoy doing it, and they participate in a creative process.
At times, two differences could be the cause of a negative experience. In the example found in the book, there are differences between the desires of a husband and his wife. Both see the situation differently. We can separate them. A third alternative would be the solution. They should listen with empathy and seek to understand each other. So creates a framework of values and concerns needed in decision making. And the high emotional bank account, thinking win-win and seeking first to understand, create the ideal environment for synergy. Find the midway, as is known by Buddhism, leads them to realize that their love is part of their synergy. As they communicate, they understand each other. In other they add their wishes. Now they are together on the same side, working to create a third alternative, which satisfies both. This is better than adopting any one of the first two solutions. Here transformations occur.
Okay, negative synergy. You can think of a boss that is extreme authoritarian or a dictator or whatever. It's like, oh, this one. They usually fake like they're listening. Oh yeah, oh you want that, right? Okay. And then when there's 1 week, 2 weeks, and you think your boss heard you and he didn't do anything about it. He just faked that he was hearing you and okay, all right, but he didn't do anything. He just didn't want you to bother you anymore. In these cases, the boss has like a main focus, a main idea in mind, and he takes like, okay, all the ideas. You want to have like a group and take your own ideas, all right. And okay, you have the same idea as me. All right, how can I do this? Okay, you got it. All right, you give me that after. And after the work of everyone else, he just take the one he wants and just discard all the others. Then this is fake win-win, and they always seek to manipulate. Even if you don't agree with him, he uses his power to fake like he's having this fake harmony, and he's just trying to make you do the thing he wants. He just not accepts. He tries to mold everybody else. When we are talking about a true and positive synergy, we are talking about unity, not some sameness. It's like this. When we talk about the sum, we are talking about a group working towards a goal, but not using the same exact strategies, not exactly the same thing. Everyone has a different personality, a different state of mind, and everything. So they may try to use different approaches to the problem. So when we are thinking about synergy, we firstly have to solve our intrapersonal synergy. First we have to solve our intrapersonal synergy, then interpersonal. First we resolve our problems, then we try to resolve the problems of everybody else. Okay, not too much time, so I'm just going to make a quick example that were in the book. Is the couple that was the wife was the emotional, and the husband was the logical one. And they were, this is an example of synergy I'm going to talk about. One was the right side of the brain, the other one was the left side of the brain. Left side of the brain, logical, the boss. But when the authors were talking about them, they were, okay, you have your conflicts, alright, but you wanna see what kind of synergy you made. How many children do you have? Oh, we have 2. Oh, see, the 2 became 4. Is the 2 became 4 because you complete each other. Each one has half of the brain, and you just use this. You just use this kind of example, the reproduction.
All people see the world not as it is, but as they are. This is the solution to value people, the essence of synergy. Valuing the differences make people understand their reality. In other words, when one has humility, everything becomes easier. There will be times that 2 opinions are certain, although different. And valuing difference makes us see it when one sets out to understand the other. When 2 people have the same opinion, the communication between both is not interesting. Communicate with one who sees differently is more advantageous. In this way, the negative energy is synergistic environment. An example of the importance of valuing differences is in the fable The Animal School.
There are two types of forces that makes an equilibrium. One put up the movement, and it's called the driving force, and the other one discourage the forces, it's the restraining force. The driving one is positive, reasonable, logical, conscious, and economic, and the other is the opposite. And you apply these forces to change things, and this is what synergy is about. But to change, you cannot just increase the driving forces, you have to deal with the retaining forces too. And sometimes when you feel like nothing is going to change, you can use the habits for motivation, the comprehension from habit 5, and the interaction from habit 6. And you can create a safe atmosphere to talk about these forces and eventually change them and the people you want to change.
Everything is related to everything else. Synergy is the teamwork, the team building. We cannot control the paradigms of other in an interdependent interaction, although a great deal of synergy is within your circle of influence. For a better relationship, you can start being synergistic with yourself, deflecting negative energy and seeking the good things in others. Also, you can be brave, expressing your ideas to encourage others to do the same. But even so, when someone disagrees with you, you recognize and understand. When you do not agree, seek a third alternative, the synergistic.
How can we apply the synergy? You can think about people who has different ideas from you and see how these ideas can complete yours and how can you achieve your goals with it. You can make a list of people you don't like, people who irritate you, and see how you can apply synergy in it, and some way you can value the difference between you. You can also think about a situation where you'd like to see synergy working and what you should do to create these conditions when you were working with a team. And next time you disagree with someone, you can try to work out using creativity and mutually beneficial ways so you can all be satisfied with the, yes, the solution. So yes, this is it. Thank you.